Hi, welcome to 40 Fridays of Fundamental Science Experiments with Rohini. Rabies vaccine was developed by Louis Pasteur and it has a very lovely history. Developing the vaccine for rabies was much more difficult than it was for developing a vaccine for chicken cholera or for anthrax. One thing was the germ that caused rabies. The way it was spoken of back then, the germ could not be identified. But Pasteur identified that the germ is localized to the brain, and from the brain it affects the spinal cord, and that's how rabies develops. So he injected this germ into a rabbit, and then he started collecting spinal cords from the rabbits and drying them and using those germ infected spinal cords to see if they could provide the healthy animals with immunity. How he collected the spinal cords was first he infected the rabbits, and then he collected the 14-day-old spinal cord, dried it in a flask which was moisture free, and then he collected 13-day-old after infecting the germ. 14-day-old spinal cord, 13-day-old spinal cord, 12-day-old spinal cord, 11, 10, till it came to 0. And these spinal cords, 14 is supposed to be the least virulent or less harm causing compared to the fresh one. And these he injected into healthy dogs. What he did was, first he injected the 14-day-old dried spinal cord, then the 13-day-old, then the 12-day-old, then the 11-day-old, then the 10-day-old. Like he injected them into a healthy dogs. And then when he injected the fresh germ, fresh strain of rabies into the dogs survived. They did not die. Pasteur was very happy, but he was afraid to try this on humans. And then on 6th July 1885, a 9-year-old boy, Joseph Meister, had come to Louis Pasteur. The boy was mauled by a rabid dog. He was bitten 14 times by a rabid dog, and he had to be saved immediately. So Pasteur called his doctor friend and asked the friend to inject the boy with the vaccine he prepared. And he started the injections with the 14-day-old sample of spinal cord which had the rabies germ, the least harmful rabies germ. So after the 14-day spinal sample injection, he went on to the 13-day, 12-day, 11-day, 10-day, like that. And then finally, Joseph Meister, the boy who was mauled by the rabid dog, was injected with the fresh rabies sample. And the boy survived, and he was healthy and happy. And Louis Pasteur is supposed to have met the boy 3 months after the treatment and was very, very glad to know that the boy has been successfully treated for rabies, and the boy did not develop rabies. And Joseph Meister is the first child to have received a rabies injection, anti-rabies injection, and he is the first boy to be vaccinated against rabies. Louis Pasteur's fame knew no bounds after that. Thank you.